Papa Squat. Come on, We're going to listen to some music. Hey, what do you know? That's not something I usually do. Waiting for the End is the name of this track from Linkin Park. And I cannot tell you if I have ever actually heard a full Linkin Park song. I know of the band. I have never had any interest in hearing them. I don't know why. I really don't know why. Like, I see people wear their shirts. I have friends who are Linkin Park fans. I know because they had shirts on. Screensaver on their computer. I have just never listened to them. I probably have heard some of their music. I couldn't tell you. I really couldn't. It is a huge hole in my listening experience. So this will be my first actual Linkin Park song, like, ever, that I know of. This was sent in by Yeoman Rye, who also sent in the track the other day, Beam Me Up, from Future and Gunna. So let's check this out. Waiting for the End from Linkin Park, produced by Mike Shinoda and Rick Rubin. Interesting. This version that we have here is from their studio collection 2000 to 2012. That doesn't really tell us anything. The note here, however, might tell us something. This is the second single from 1,000 Suns from 2010. Waiting for the End was unlike anything they'd ever released, achieving through... Okay. I don't want to read all that, because if it tells me stuff about the song, I don't want to hear it. Like, if it was background about the song, that's fine, but tell me what the song sounds like, I don't want to hear that. Tags are rock, rap, alternative dance, art pop, space rock, pop rock. This is already not going in the direction I thought their music was. Trip hop, concept album, reggae rock, sounds good to me. Art rock, rap rock, hip hop, alternative rock, and electronic rock. Sounds cool to me. Like, those tags make it sound like something I would like. Linkin Park, like I said, I know nothing about them. Hybrid Theory isn't just the title of Linkin Park's chart-topping debut album, but a career mission statement. From day one, the same 6 players, lead vocalist, I'm not going to read all their names, built the band by fusing all their favorite styles of music into one unmistakable signature sound. With each album, Linkin Park defiantly challenges themselves and their fans by blasting into new musical territory. After setting the template for rock and incorporated hip-hop influences with Hybrid Theory and Meteora, they shifted gears completely and defied expectations with polychromatic Minutes to Midnight, and again with the esoteric 1,000 Suns, before melding a piece of them all into 2012's Living Things. Okay, I didn't know anything about them. Like, nothing at all, and I don't need to read all of this. As for the band's name, they were originally called Hybrid Theory, but trademark issues with the band called Hybrid forced the band to rethink their name. According to alternative press, Bennington suggested Linkin Park, spelled normally, since he had to drive past there after band practice to get home. However, the domain name Linkin Park was taken with OLN. Cost more than the band could afford, so they changed the spelling to Linkin, Linkin, Park. It was also suggested that the name change would help them appear right next to new metal group Limp Bizkit at record stores. Oh, God. That's funny. Looks like they took the Aphex Twin logo and changed it to something else. It's interesting. Is that supposed to be like an L and a P melded together? I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to be. Let's check this out. I have no idea what these guys sound like, and apparently it's all over the place. So I don't mind that. Maybe I'm going to have to check these guys out. 3 minutes, 54 seconds. Thank you to Yeoman Rye. And let's check it out. Please like, subscribe, and share. Please go watch another video on the channel. CashApp, PayPal, Patreon over here in the description of the video if you would like to support me, if you'd like to send me music to listen to, if you just think I'm awesome and want to send me $500 million, quadrillion dollars. I want to be richer than that piece of shit Elon Musk. 3 minutes, 54 seconds. Waiting for the End. Let's go. Nice beat.
Yeah. to something that's invisible there. Cause we're living at the mercy of the pain and the fear. Until we get it, forget it, let it all disappear. Waiting for the end to come, wishing I had strength to stand. This is not what I had planned. It's out of my control. Flying at the speed of light, thoughts were spinning in my head. So many things were left unsaid. It's hard to let you go.
So I want to stop here because I just listened to a book. I drove up to Bellevue today to get stuff out of my storage locker, which I need to empty out and get all that stuff moved back to the apartment here. So and get rid of a bunch of it because I'm moving in a week from today. And it was a weird trip because first I almost got locked into the storage unit because I left at 9:02 apparently, and the storage unit closes at 9, and so I could not open the gate. That caused me to almost have a panic attack as I was freaking out. Because high stress, gotta move, gotta pack, gotta still work, gotta, like, just a lot of things going on. And managed to get out, driving home, finishing listening to a book that I've been listening to, Alan Moore's second novel of the great, or of the Long Wen. What was it? The Great Wen? No, I guess that is it. So there's that's the first novel in the series, The Great Wen. And he has a second novel in this series too that I Hear a New World, which is the book that I was just listening to. It's his writing will make you feel like you don't actually know how to write. But anyway, at the end of this book, they've kind of resolved most of the plot line, and the main character of these two books, there's 10 years between the two books that have passed in the story. This guy named Dennis Knuckleyard, and he was about 18 in the first book, and he's 27, 28 in this second book. And he's walking home after everything is kind of wrapped up, and one friend of his has died, another has moved on, like kind of like died but is coming back as someone else because it's a fantasy novel kind of. And he's walking through London, and London is changing, and he's not seeing some of the places that he knew that were there because the businesses have closed and moved on, and other businesses have popped up, and he's basically talking about how he's not necessarily changing. He is still himself. Obviously, he is changing over time, but he is looking out at the world and looking at his life and realizing that things are changing for him in ways that he didn't foresee and really probably doesn't like particularly well. And he just sort of has to accept that. And for some reason, it really kind of hit me because I am also going through life making some big changes here. I've been in the Seattle area for 25 years. I'm moving to Wisconsin, which is where I'm originally from, not moving right to my hometown, but very close to it. And it's not what I had planned. It's not in the way I planned. It's not how I foresaw my life going. None of this is how I saw my life going. And it's not an easy thing to be comfortable with. And he kind of thinks the same thing in the book. And I don't remember exactly because I started getting distracted by my own thoughts. But I think what he settled on was like, this is just life. Ah, that was it. He had the guy who died, I believe, told him at one point, because they were talking about life and the meaning of life, and this guy was clearly going to be passing on, and he did by the end of the book. But he said the problem with existence is existence. And the way I took that was basically kind of like the old saying, like you can't put your foot into the same river twice. The problem with living is life. The problem with being alive on Earth, existing, is the fact that you exist and you don't get to control that existence. And listening to these lyrics from Linkin Park, I hear, waiting for the end to come, wishing I had strength to stand. This is not what I had planned. It's out of my control. And that was exactly where I thought, this ties into what I was thinking about and listening to today, at least in my mind. And I think the problem with all human beings is we have expectations of how things are going to go and how life is going to turn out. And it just doesn't. And I think it's easy to let that be disappointing. Very, very easy to let that be disappointing. To want a thing to go a certain way and to not get it. And it distracts us from what we are experiencing instead, because we expected something to go this way and now it's going some other way. And we dwell on what isn't instead of living what is. And I say this very much realizing I have been doing that exact same thing, being very frustrated with how my fucking life is going. And it's damaging to myself and my family and my little girl and my wife, and it's not what I want to do. But trying not to be upset about it doesn't really solve the problem, because you still have to deal with things that you don't want to have to deal with. But it was a good reminder to me to not let that ruin things for me and ruin things for the people around me. That I should, even if I'm not happy, I should not fake it, but I should not let that turn into anger and frustration that can affect the people around me. Because I don't want that. So anyway, this is not what I had planned. It's out of my control. That's your whole fucking life. And the more comfortable you can get early on in understanding that, the better off you and everyone you know will be. Anyway, this is a reaction video, and that was my reaction to those two lines. And I'm liking the song so far, so let's keep going.
I know what it takes.
thing, right? I want to do is trade this life in for something new, holding on to what I haven't got. So dwelling on the things that I don't have. And there's annotations to this. I'm not going to read them because I'm putting my own meaning into this. Holding on to what I haven't got, like holding on to the things that I don't have, is not a good thing. It's not a good thing. Deal with what's in front of you.
Sitting in an empty room, trying to forget the past. This was never meant to last. I wish it wasn't so. I know what it takes to move on. I know how it feels to lie. All I wanna do is trade this life for something new, holding on to what I haven't got. Yeah, what was left when that fire was gone? I thought it felt right, but that right was wrong. All caught up in the eye of the storm.
Interesting change in style, like very, very different feel.
Trying to figure out what it's like moving on, and I don't even know what kind of things I said. My mouth kept moving and my mind went dead. So picking up the pieces now, where to begin? The hardest part of ending is starting again.
I like that. Just that dun 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 dun. That sounds cool.
All I wanna do is trade this life for something new, holding on to what I haven't got. This is not the end, this is not the beginning. Just a voice like a riot rocking every revision. But you listen to your tones in a violent rhythm. The words sound steady, some melodies will dinner. You say yeah, the fist flying up in the air, like we're holding on to something that's invisible there. Cause we're living at the mercy of the weight and the fear. Until we get it, forget it, let it all disappear.
Yeah. Let's read their annotations and see what people think this is about. So this is the holding on to what I haven't got stuff. The punchline of the song is I'm holding on to what I haven't got, and think that everybody can relate to that. I believe that people have this idea of what they want their life to be. Oh, this is what Chester Bennington said. Have this idea of what they want their life to be like, and they strive to achieve that idea as much as possible. He added, it's very vulnerable, very down to earth, very human. The song doesn't get into poor me. It just says, this happened. I'm not going to focus on what got me here. I know what I want. That's what I'm holding on to. Spoken like someone who succeeded. I think he's not wrong. I think you should always try to get to where you want to be, obviously. But sometimes that just flat out doesn't fucking happen. And at some point, just figuring out you should just be happy, regardless of all the fucking failure, is the only way you can call it a win. If you live your life and nothing goes right, and you don't get whatever it is, the family, the success, the career, the love, the whatever that you wanted, the person that you wanted, the stuff that you wanted, the house you wanted, you can either, and you can keep trying to get it, you can, obviously, but you can either be bitter and angry about it, or you can say, I don't have it. I'm not going to quit, but I'm not going to be bitter and angry about it. I'm going to be happy. And I'm going to be happy as a person. And I think that's hard to do. It's hard for me to do because I constantly have this feeling of being a failure because I have nothing in my life that has worked out the way that I expected it to or wanted it to. And I have some fantastic things in my life, don't get me wrong. My wife, my kids, fantastic. But none of this has gone like I wanted, and especially when it comes to my career. And so when he says what he said here about, like, keep doing it, focus on what you want to do, like, that's great, but sometimes you focus on what you want and where you want to be, and it still doesn't happen, and doesn't happen, and doesn't happen, and doesn't happen, and doesn't happen. And when that happens, you have to figure out how to be happy. And like I said, sometimes just figuring that out, that's the win. That's the only win you can get. Because life is not going to play the way you think it's going to. As for the song, it's a good song. Sounds good. I enjoyed it more than I thought. There were parts of it that I thought were really cool. I liked that little shift in the music that we had 2/3 of the way through. That cool thing near the end I thought was really, really fantastically cool sounding. It sounds very much like kind of a poppy, almost like a rah 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 song. What it actually makes me think of, yeah, I'm glad I thought of this, is Van Halen had a song right now. Yeah. Boy, I haven't thought of this song in forever, like 30 years. When did this come out? 1991. Yeah, this was a huge song, very, very popular song. But this reminds me of that song. I'm not going to play that song because who knows if I'm going to get blocked for copyright for this song, so why make it even more likely by playing a Van Halen song? But go check out Right Now. Right Now is, considering where Van Halen came from, I don't know why they made that song. It's very, I don't want to say positive, but it's very positive. It's very, like, I don't know. It seemed like a weird song to me from Van Halen. Some other band that was all about positivity, sure. Van Halen is about rocking out, and I don't know. Linkin Park, much better than I thought. Much, much better than I thought. And I like what they had to say about how they combine their different styles. I love music that combines styles. It doesn't stick to a particular genre. I will have to check out more of their stuff. I love that reggae was even mentioned. Reggae and rock reggae, I just think is fantastic. So there. I'm interested in this band. So maybe I'll check it out. Maybe. Thank you, Yo Man Rai. I appreciate it. Pop Squat. Check it out. Please like, subscribe, share. Please go watch another video on the channel. CashApp, PayPal, Patreon down below in the description of the video. If you want to send me something to listen to, oh my god, that would be awesome. $3 for Patreon. $3. Thank you very much. Have yourself a good day. I still have a car full of stuff that I need to bring up tomorrow from the car to the apartment. Then I need to figure out. I don't know. I need to figure out everything. This is the second most stressful time in my life. I told my wife yesterday, and it is very, very true. It's very, very true. Have yourself a good day. Bye-bye.